amazing stuff. And like, I mean, the obvious one would be Sitting on the Edge of Forever, but that's what everyone would go to. But there's a reason why everyone would go to that. It's one of the classic stories of all time.
Yeah.
And one of the great time travel stories. However, in thinking about that concept even further, though, I think one of the best episodes of Star Trek ever written was for Next Generation, and I like Next Generation. I'm no way am I the fan, or have I seen even remotely as many as I had of the first season. But there was that episode, the Free Enterprise, which is the one where it was actually written by a fan, frankly, who had been working on the show. And they said, well, you should write an episode. And he wrote this episode that was fantastic. And it was like, I think in the second season, and Denise Crosby's character, Tasha Yar, had already died in the first season. And Whoopi Goldberg was now on the show.
Yep.
And they get to a distress, they're responding to a distress call from an Enterprise ship that was protecting a Klingon ship that was being attacked by a bunch of Romulans.
Yesterday's Enterprise.
Yesterday's Enterprise.
That's season 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. I actually think that is one of the greatest, not only space stories, but the way it dealt with the mythology.
Oh,
of
yeah.
the whole thing. I mean, it was just, and like that actually could bear a 2-hour treatment.
And filling in the blank of the Enterprise C and like what that was like.
Because the whole thing on that episode that was so cool is they save this ship. But little do they know, by saving this ship, it's actually in a different time period, but they don't know that. So they save it and they bring this crew up on board. But what ends up happening is because they screwed up with the timeline, everything changes. And you realize, but the characters don't know it. But we know it because
and Guinan knows it because she's got a sixth sense.
Yes, exactly. And the thing about it is it turns out that the Klingons and the humans on Earth have been having this like 100-year war, basically, that's been going on, and it's just the bloodiest war imaginable in the history of any universe. And Worf, the Klingon guy, he's not there because there's no friendship thing going on. The uniforms are all like militarized and fascistic, and so literally, once they start piecing together what's going on, they realize that by them. That obviously what was going on is there was definitely tension, as there always had been, between the Klingons and the Federation. But when a bunch of Romulans were going to destroy a Klingon ship, and a Federation ship responded to its Mayday call, it ended up that the Klingons were all destroyed by the Romulans, but so were the Federation ship was all destroyed. Well, the very fact that a Federation ship would die, all hands on board, trying to protect the Klingons in an emergency situation, and Klingons put honor above all else, that chilled the war out. But without that happening. The war has gone on for like maybe 100 years or so, and then Picard even like breaks down and says the Federation is losing the war. The Klingons are going to win. The actual answer to the question is, I would be more inclined to do a Star Trek kind of thing rather than Star Wars. And I like Star Wars and everything, but so
what would you do with the Star